the present government being the persons making the allegation, prosecuting, and being the judiciary. No, they don't play that role at all. I want to start by saying that the foundation of everything is very key. The Holy Book, the Bible says, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous do? Nothing. When this present government came into being, one of the things they made as a promise is that they will declare their assets, publicly, so that people will really know that they are very serious about fighting this corruption. The commander-in-chief himself, and as the president, declared his assets publicly. And everyone attests to the fact that this is a man that has been all over the place. But look at the assets and his liabilities, very moderate, very, very commendable. The vice also did the same by declaring his asset publicly. The next thing the government did was set an anti-corruption agency headed by a renowned professor of law, and that is Professor Isse Sage. Now, what is their job? Their job is cut out. Go ahead and put structures in place to nip corruption in the bud. And secondly, reform the legal system that will tackle corruption fight. I mean, they are doing that presently. And then the third one is the aversion of this government, aversion against corruption. You see that the government, their body language, everything is averse to corruption. Rather, what they promote is transparency. What they did was that there was a particular thing that was already enunciated by the previous government, but not implemented. This issue of TSA. They now came and said, no, there must be a deadline to that. Let's have a single account. Every income generating or revenue generating agencies of government must bring the money into the federation account, and that has been in place. And now we know how much we are realizing almost on a monthly basis, unlike previous situation where agencies of government were keeping private accounts and money that were meant for public financing projects were used as into the private pocket. Now the government has now streamlined all this, and somebody can now tell me that this government is being selective in this. I'm even coming to that, because as I said earlier, issue of prevention is key. The government now has set up structure to prevent corruption, which we all know is a bane. Is one that has retarded our growth. Is one that has brought so much poverty, so much underdevelopment in the system. Now they are putting measures in place to prevent. The second stage is now detection, which is what is going on now, and people are now saying selective justice or witch hunting. Now, some people that had collected so much money in order to buy arms and ammunition, those monies disappeared into private pocket, and somebody is asking, where is the account? What did you do with this money? And somebody calls it selective justice. No. Nigerians are saying that every person that has actually run this country must account, because inherent in leadership is accountability. So if you have been asked to account...
something he said.
Yeah, what did he say?
He said something about the list.
Yes.
That a perfect ministerial list was expected.
Yes.
Yes, that didn't come, but then there are some people there who have already been, who caused, how do you call it now? That are controversial.
Yes.
Yes. In that list.
Yeah,
and if you bring those kind of people in there.
In his own perception, they were controversial, but a lot of people, have record of those guys with good antecedent. And there is no way you can have the list of ministers that will receive 100%, mark.
But he's saying that the attention on 2 or 3 of them was too much to have. Well,
I'm very happy that he didn't mention 10. He mentioned only 2. Now, if you have 36 ministers and you have only attention being paid on to 2, I think that is a very good list. If only 2 are controversial, then that is good. But then who are those people who are controversial? Mention their names: Rotimi Amechi and Public Fashola. Perception. No conviction. Allegation. Not proven.
Well, thank you. The issue of TSA was the brainchild of the past administration.
Which he agreed with.
It was inherited. So if they are working on it, let them do a perfect job. We shouldn't be hearing of giving contracts or consultancy that is so alarming. The amount of money paid to contractors or consultants, so unbelievable. All those things cannot help our own cause of fighting corruption. The 2 or 3 people I mentioned, if we did without them, Nigeria will still work, but the perception is right. If somebody is not good, if somebody is controversial, and you introduce him to a place where you want to achieve results, and that person happens not to be acceptable by the people, then you have a lot of work to do. A lot of things will go wrong. Many people will not even believe your your motive, your intentions. They will still be suspicious of your actions. So all these ones are not needed this time around. We want to build institutions, not individual. It's like we are building all our corruption, fighting of corruption, centered around Mr. President. Mr. President alone cannot fight corruption. If people working for him, one or two are bad, definitely we shall not get anywhere. And it has affected the fabric of the society so much that we need a lot of planning, a lot of work. There was a government that made an effort to build institutions through removal of fuel subsidy, which will remove all the corruption in the oil sector. A group of people gathered at the Ikota or Ojota Square, Ganify Park, and translated it into something else. So that good intention was rubbished, and we could have come out of maybe fuel subsidy scam by now, if that good intention was taken by Nigeria and some people, godfathers, who